Hello everyone, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James and today we got an awesome product to overview from Hobby Plus. These are the rock vans available right now at Motion RC. 1/18 scale, ready to run RC crawlers. So just really cool options right off the bat. You can see they've got a striking scheme straight out of the box. Whether you go with the yellowish beige version or the gray and red rock van, they both have, you know, that 70s sort of style. Obviously, the thing that jumps out to me for whatever reason is the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. That's what I'd want to paint one of these up if I was going to customize it myself. But all around, they have excellent functionality for their price and their size ranges, like all the Hobby Plus does, from some Metal Gear axles underneath to lighting systems. These rock vans not only have high beams and low beams, they have turn signals on the lights that are just great for the functionality, and you know, just overall features with high clearance. They can crawl over just about anything you want to crawl over. So what you see here is what comes out of the box, whether you get each version. So let's go over that real quick. You obviously get a transmitter. Now these transmitters are going to have all the functionality needed to run your crawler here. They're going to require, though, 4 AAA batteries. That's the only thing you'll have to provide, and they go in underneath. You just open the top and put the 4 in. But seeing on top, you're going to have, like all RC cars, if you're new to this though and you don't know, you have the ability to trim your steering and your throttle. So you want to make sure that your car is driving straight. If it was driving off to the right when you're not touching the steering wheel, then you trim it so that it drives straight. And then you also have the ability to change your dual rate. So that's how much throttle, how much steering control you want to go. Maybe you don't want your car to turn, you know, really tight turns. You want it to be a little more wider. You would set that up all using these knobs at the top. You do have the ability to reverse the throttle or the steering control as well. And then your side button on the side, this button, channel 4, you're gonna press that a few times and that'll turn the lights on and switch from off to high beams to low beams depending on how you want to see it. You do get a manual that's going to go over a lot of what we spoke about here and show you the spare parts list and everything you needed in case you break something. So definitely keep the manual handy. And then each rock crawler will come with one USB charger, and you charge it up by plugging the balance lead into the charger. It'll come with one 600 milliamp 2S LiPo like this. And then you also get 2 tools, one lug wrench to remove the tires easily, and then one Phillips head screwdriver that will work on all the screws needed on the crawler itself. So now, before we turn it on here, I just want to show you the internals on one of these. So I'm going to slide this one out of the way, slide some of this stuff out of the way, and just bring up the rock crawler itself. Now, if you want to get access to the inside, the way this works, they put 2 C-clips. They are on the bottom in the back of the model. So you want to go into here, and you're just going to press real quick. You can pull these 2 C-clips out. And what you're going to see is the front of the canopy on this model actually doesn't come off. You can just raise the top up and get all access you needed. But if you wanted to take it off, there's 2 Phillips head screws that are holding this together. You would just unscrew them and you could take the entire top off and go about your day. But you see here on the inside, all the lighting for for your rear headlights, your turn blinkers on the back and the front, and the headlights are all wired up already, pre-wired, and they're plugged into the different ports on the multifunction control board inside. So it's really cool. You still have some extra ports available too if you wanted to add other features. You wanted to add more lights maybe, whatever you want to do. That's always nice that you get the options there. But you can see inside, everything is mounted really beautifully. Easy access to your servo, which is controlling the steering in the front there. You got easy access to your motor compartment if you ever needed to change that. Your battery is going to fit perfectly on this back tray here, and then you can just see from the from the height of the chassis to the suspension, the springs. It's just a really clean, neat package that overall just looks really, really fantastic. I was so impressed when I took this thing out of the box. It's just something about it is just really cool, and we were excited to get it out and drive them around. So as you can see right now, driving them you know, we took them outside and we were just driving them on the road. Actually, I was driving both of them at the same time, trying to, you know, trying to not hit them. It's hard to drive 2 cars myself while Alex is filming, but they just really, really look the part, man. And what's great about these, they're 18th scale, so even if you don't want to take them outside and drive them outside, you can crawl over things in your own house. You can make courses out of blankets, pillows, you know, you name it. Go in the garage, have some fun, pull out old pieces of wood, and just, you know, crawl around and have a good time. Overall, I think guys are really gonna love this model. But looking at some of the features just on the top, they've got wiper blades, they've got the front bar, which is nice. The tires, they're super soft and squishy and very grippy, which is great. Like, I can't even push the model, you know, it won't even slide on the table, which is nice. So that means it's gonna grip anything you wanna, you know, you wanna get access to. Let me move this stuff out of the way and let's get this thing turned on. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is turn on the transmitter, flip of the switch, and you see your lights on. And then what's great about, without taking the canopy off, you could easily reach your hand inside, and there's a little, you know, for the on and off switch, which is on top, which you just saw. The lights will turn on and then they'll turn right off when you catch a bind, and you can see that we are now bound up and ready to go. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push channel 4, and that's gonna turn the lights, and you can see it plays with the lights, turn on to the hazards, which is kind of cool. Or you can turn them off, so when I push once, you get top lights, twice, they go brighter, 3 times, we'll turn on the ability for the blinkers. If you can see that, when I turn the wheel, you get, you know, the turn signal for right or left, and it also happens on the back of the model too. So I thought that's a really cool feature that separates the Rock van from some of the other Hobby Plus ones. Just really cool when we saw that driving around. I didn't even realize it did that until I had it outside and we were driving. We're like, oh, it's got the lights, which is great. So having those there, it just gives it that nice scale appearance. Now, as far as driving it around, you know, max throttle, again, it's a crawler. It's not built for speed, but it's got plenty of speed if you want it. And you could always raise the level or lower the level of the speed. So that would be full throttle. It's proportional control, so the lighter you depress on the trigger, you can see it's really responsive, which is nice. Once you get that throttle trim where you want it, it will, you know, it will fire almost immediately and go through a whole range, through the whole throttle range. You could also play with the top end speed. So like if I bring the throttle dual rate down, you can see now that would be full throttle. So say you want the, you know, high torque, you don't want to, you know, over control it if you're crawling, because there is definitely, you know, a strategy, if you will. There's a strategy to being a good at crawling. You've got to learn your torque, your throttle ranges for certain scenarios that you get in. But something like this, guys, entry level addition to RC crawlers, and they just look really beautiful. Love the canopies on them. If you need spare parts, Motion RC is going to have all of that available to you. So definitely, you know, check the product pages. You'll see all the spare parts listed for either option you go for. And overall, guys, I think the Rock van's a great value for what you get out of the box in far as looks, features, and functionality. You know, again, we were driving around outside and it just, you know, it's a pleasure to the eyes too. This one, just something about it. I think this might be my favorite one in the lineup. This looks really, really good. So guys, that's gonna do it for our overview here of the Rock vans from Hobby Plus. Whether you go with red or you go with the yellowish beige, it's up to you. They both look fantastic. Links to both products are gonna be in the description down below, as well as a link to all the other crawlers that we sell from Hobby Plus right now. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below, and please, as always, hit the like button on your way out the door, and we will see you next time at Motion RC.